Sunday no na yedi that lumba ne 1 year na ne 1 year ni mo no ne fie ho na niema bebre ne sisiye na afia meje mu ensemudi de obeka se onjin di se bibi ni wiase bia sa nipa kro no to boase na hwehwem ye bia no ebefu ompese obeje niema edi so me ye Christo ni de but me san so gidi se ahonhom soso eyeden ewo a omoje etwuma sa ne tie na emra Broni Priscilla okosugu that lumba so no minim say ampase ono ane da hodi ampacho ene de omonenim okosugu ni so no say that lumba nkasa say onim ni wo hu bia that lumba nkasa ma oni that lumba saman no ne dead body ni kasai osugu ni so osan kire mu to the extent say emra okoye me ho ade na say wow na metena ase din me hwe video no bebre na o kasa no nyina no wosu me hwe din na me say sister yi in fact waya ade ama na to yakoma so in fact say ewu a that lumba wuye no onim ho hwe pacho watemasi me ni hono mu bi eye ensama Ashanti Queen ebetena social media so friend of Genevieve Ademu ebetena social media so ebe twan troto Priscilla so ye lumba girlfriend on any one classics Priscilla se wa ware no me na menim abusuafo so wonware no enti eho no mintimi njaji wo ho no mu biem because ye hunu se omo amu pia bonte be kan nsem no mfa ne se 99.9 no mo se yanyi omuni no bebre na ye ntro no mu twakere yen nti ene no me kasa e wo se me hwe me kasa yiye ense se me ginkofo bi di because Ademu Genevieve Ademu no ono a ye no friend Ashanti Queen no ono a ne betwa ntro to ye maame Akosua se wa so se wa poison that the lumba ene na no that the lumba wuye obepe ne ho adwiem nkofo ahun na wanya sika kakado ato aduane adi no ne ma 5 ne de didi wo Germany abonti so nti opie baaye ene wo se buo e mi buo asma me kan mi buo ene nkofo se sa nipa no betwa ntro to maame Akosua se wa so wa poison that the lumba no sa the same Ashanti Queen no wonu na ese pia bonti asa be ka se Priscilla that the lumba girlfriend in the war 6 girl no se wa ware no ono na e kan ho de na meni wo no kwasem ene ono na pie be kan se Priscilla and a war that the lumba free abronsan so ebe bo for man etipaye enti na optosi no mpese ye be that the lumba na omo de that the lumba akosie na ye hu no according to ninsem bi kra osa kan videos bebre ewo media no so a trendy ono akro ya sa ka se that the lumba Priscilla timi chichire ni bo empemu na wo hu na kokko bi ni the money di sane ebe ya ebe ma obetimi ne yale ne betimi aye west na wotimi ewu na ofa na japade o kansem bebre de to Priscilla so enya asem kito wo social ne media ne so abusuanya mimpo na meka bebre na wo so wote menua watemase no kwasem se nipa no betwa ntro to that the lumba maami Akosua se wa so se one na a poison that the lumba no wonu kroya na se pia bonten se Priscilla nso na awoda the lumba fira bonsa so ma ne ti abo fo ma ne ti kwa apaya enu nti onim ni wo hu bia ode teta won pese ebehunu sa nipa kro no aso na 1 year that day na emra Priscilla ekosugu that the lumba so se won kasa so onim ni wo ni hu bia no ema Genevieve Ademu friend Ashanti Queen ne yemu shi ni ye ema that day na pia bonten so be sign Priscilla because when him say sadia na Priscilla ye no wakanche wakansem bebre oni ho ahonhoma kasa say wo mo pie ye omo so mo kita evidence 99.9 anokwasem so Ashanti Queen opie no oba wo se monyimi ni o evidence ni nyina da bonte monyimi ni o mikita evidence 99.9 kire se oprega oni no friend oprega onim da de lumba wo ni ubi enu nti na wo tete no a opese o magana mpanyifo nyia ebedo no mo ginidi na wotimi nya maame Akosua se wa position no ene 1 year na ena obetena ono ma wo san be gu maame Akosua se wa ni mase wa gu maame Brempomaa so ani mase a amate se na chitaafo no bebra ye confused na chitaafo na nyansafo na ewo mu no nya agimifo no enyansafo na ewo mu na hu se da bi akatasia yi wo de adwene di agonse se soso no so bi na amomo no agimifo no de omugusu a wo mo ne nam na no kre metiase because wo jimini kasa kire wo jimini a wotena se pa na onyansani so kasa kire onyansani a wotena se etina abusunya se sia no medical ka kire mo se sa esu na Priscilla Akosugu that the lumba dead body ni so no so onim wo ni hu bi no me afia say me nka biem because ahonhom no na ebe dili e wo honom eti presala kafra why afei ne ehunu se adamu Ashanti Queen ntro betwa to usu nyina se na ye ntronko asa de oti abonte ka ene na opese wo sign wuti but ohunu kwan be fa so sign wuti na mo no me video me pachaw enche the whole world e ma the whole world hunu se asmo kan no eye ntro no be odi ne nam ne de I don't think say we are going to buy it or wadofo mpo be do genuinely will buy it because ye hunu se girl wo ye trofo wo yisu ogun nkofo ni mase wo twa ntro to nkofo so wo de awudu to nkofo so na wo de apedin ama ne ho na wo de apesika o social media no so na wadidi se ne be ya nkofo ba bedi na chi because wo di on ye wonam no enim guase wo de gu nkofo oba wo se munyimi ni obekita evidence 99.9 na akatesi atese o mejimi di ye se Ashanti Queen Presley wo cha ni panyimu na wotimi di awudie kese be to ne so so oni na akum Daddy Lumba na wo wie ya bla be ka ne kura wontimi nka ne kura na ade nwanwan na wo de nwanwan eti abusuafo mejimi di ye se anyansafo ne hunu ba bia sese ene ensam no ekokọ eti meme afia de sese me nka biem se Priscilla nim Daddy Lumba wo hu bi da bi mitimi nka biem because Ashanti Queen no obegina abonten se okita evidence 99.9 no se Priscilla oprega anim wo ni hu bi no ene ne nsam na okeka no ye hunu so ombra be sign girl ni ti ye ni hu sa ni afi de wa sign ni ti na afi obi ate ase na mom no media me hunu se ye ntro no wotwa nti Priscilla ene me bi sa se ye si wakum Daddy Lumba ti bra ne be kire ye ba bia Daddy Lumba why kafra why kafra na wa bre wan ye ni enya asam ketwa juma e de media no so no wa wonim na no wusu no wo se wa bre etomakoma so ye because me your bad time me hwe se ne akola wasi so na wo ne obi kuna kwa wo no wa class 6 na wonya ni fanhwa nkola no me de hye me shoes mu na me se da bi e wo se ye gya wo ti president na me gya wo why me gya wo se me ha wadwene biem eti yesra per time na fa hwe nkola 6 no se e bia na Daddy Lumba abusua one god kan se Daddy Lumba wa cha wo baba akọ gift se obeto nwom obesi ni papa anan eti yesra wo ye focus na hwe nkola no na de obesi Daddy Lumba na obebo nwom emaye na ya fa nto aso na emere wofo ya fa him yesisi e wo social media no so na mo Priscilla de me de so to ama woni se ewiase ade anya wo de ano ye mpre enkoje so position no wo se Daddy Lumba wale wa enye problem e ho de me se wa kosu agu Daddy Lumba so eti se case bi wo ha wo na obenya eti me magina ha emedi wachi ni da bi okwase na se won sesa na dwene ni esi ye that day no e kire se wo ne efunu akasa wodi ahon wodi ahya honhom nsa nti afia meje honhom nsamudi eti me nka ho asem na mo Priscilla mesra so wo ye yere ya mesra wa ni die ni obuo kwan so mesra why but modian na mama Akosua se wa ye yere ya nya na ware ne marriage certificate no say e ko prove wo court ama omu nyina hu se oh say Akosua se wa ye nya na ware so nti e ba sa na wo so hu se wo ye second wife se ye ho ade ya wo ye second wife so na wo momu no wo position as a second wife na mama Akosua se wa wo ni position as a first wife sene ye be ya ye bibia ajapade bia ne bibia mu a na eyire panyini ne oni ni kuna ye no na wo so ye yire keto ne ya wo so ba be ma na bra bom no de wo so ne o mabenya na wo no o manya na eyire panyini no so no de ne dia no so ne nsa aka Priscilla eno nko ane ade a ye ntim ligafo e bia ye ne be bodi an ne obetwe ho manso apart from that ne de ukosun ye nti no wasem na ye mobonti ye jai why ye say ye ha wadwene biem na mom no hunu position na mama Akosua se wa ehu ni position oni na ye first wife ye nya na ware why Priscilla say ye ja wo ha why nti peta ne fa hwe nkola sese no na musician no ntimi nyi ni timpie na o mebonyo man mmereba fo ntimi him ye sisi na mom de me di twato no kofi osu bu ahin ne say wa me ye hunu se Daddy Lumba wo sie ne wo isle gonfie o so aha eti no abusua no say yes onya abusua panyini biem eti abusua no epese o mo kire se o mo de hye no o mo nsie no nkran abonten ne so o mo pese o mo de kopa akoso wo ye de hye no mo kosie ne wo ban mu nti se si ade onya abusua panyiti bibia nhya wo nsa biem nti amjimidi yes abusua ne boa o mo ho a o mo bekọ no makọ akotu na fi ho no mo de na kwa akọhye ba akoso ho no makosie mi Daddy Lumba wo ye de hye se ne be ya ye no mu nyina bi ye kọ Ghana ebetimi de flowers akoto ne so so ahu nti kofi utu bu an why wadwuma awie de obeya ma princess no Priscilla why awie wadwuma asi nti esro pe ba bi na tena why na de aka na busua ne nto aso na omonye bibia na Daddy Lumba na ni mu manyam na bibia anya fe wona chi because the real na chi aye ne de ya nda anwene ho se Daddy Lumba na chi be ye basase na nim begu asese ya nda anwene ho da nti mema mo fantumo ho fo why fantumo ho fo e wo mabra bompa abujanfo
body ni mama champo. Ha, nyami be chia wo ka mama champo. Daddy Lumba, me say, on the inside. What now call radio station? What can say? Quite a dear, the mom had also, and so they say, why we had the pop body ni mama champo. Ha, nyami be chia wo ka mama champo. Daddy Lumba, me say, on the inside.
Abusianfo obaya o kasei wosi nyame betwia mama champon eka na wohwe se ne osi kasa wotimi se ne voice nyina tale ne nyina chenchene wanyi ani ena wakasa adan ya wokọ mama Akosua sewa ene mama Brempomaa no kwasem wakon wa chenchim pa wonkofo page so ankasa wonye blogger wo nanso so no wonkofo page so a se ne osi tiatia mu kasa no kra chan obi a ono kra na wote wo na waso ne camera no mun sentie ne voice ne bi
what now call radio station? What can say? Quite a dear, the mom had also, and so they say, why we had the pop body ni mama champo. Ha, nyami be chia wo ka mama champo. Daddy Lumba, me say, on the inside.
Abusianfo wobaya wakase mejimidi yesemu nim no e wo social media no so mon kan che ne se nyame ontwe mama champo ka na mo nyame betwia wo no no mom ka sister wo kase wunim ho wona ono nam kofo page so say yen yan support fufuo ton enti mo bedi atem mo di obati wo atem na mo di afia rambo atem na mo di team league afo atem eye wo oba we say Udi atem ama mre bi me ya life wo be from platforms wo be di atem adan ya me se me support fufuo ton eti nyame na wo so betwia ma champon ne ka no sa oba ya wo ka se mon kan chen se me se nyankopon no obetwia wo no ne ka ono eni ne fiefo ka mama champon choose the choice because mama champon tina se sit back no eno ho se mama Akosua se wa nya adofo eti no wote back no onyi nanim ana mudi mu chimi betina bonti se mo ton fufuo mo bia business obi a yegina ko ano a aka kakra bi na nyankopon aye yadom na yeduru ba bia yebedu no ana mudi fufuo team league for ye ho ahinti ana ene we so le na fufuo ana chimi sam ko na mo ye ana mama champo ehunu se yenye serious ana wo choose ba bia ope afa no so die ba bia mame awani abra ba kese mama champo ayo no choice no wo choose se dia wo choose fufuton no a team league ya kan se be choose justice no first no a wo ko choose fufuton no a no nti fufuton na mama ne nsam no se ba bia enema kosi ye no na nkan se nkan nima timi fire se enema fire se no eya sa na mama champo so choose ne choice 86 day case na wo case no case ma wo because mama Akosua sewa adwuma ye begina mu 1 year se ye no modern kwase antokwa ana afa mu ba mu di team league afo atem na nka ye ne mu nyina nenam a ye kokon a ye se ye pe maame anigye ye pe ni nkurimdie mu di business abaye se mu nya abotre okuna ni ntimi nton fufu abra wo nya 1 year mu se mu ntibi da ana common enemy fighting ti sister ya me born voice wa chenchen ne voice ha ba 1 year ne voice kura nye romantic biem afa na akokese obi nana obi maame se mo kase ama se Daddy Lumba maame kura mo kokese no aden edi asam
live in Ghana TV stream do for share ma foforo enya bi enhwe na chese ye nyina ye ni tua se odo Broni ai wa yituntum na buo no se wa hye fite firi na ekode wo hye na tade bia ope bia na ye wonsu se ma Akosua se wa ono nsu Lumba fish ana no ono nsu di ne die ene ehun ya wone ne mai mienu ene Broni ba akokan ho a ene omo celebrate amanfo bi so kokko support no ni nyina na ma mi hye tuntum omo de candy se no me candle night 20 min kire candy sisi wanu ma chese omo bo mpaye kasa che Daddy Lumba esaman omo wie no ne hu so mkukopie mu wa sorry dem ko da nyame ase ebi afi mu nyina nyakopon abo mo ban ensem akoso media so abusuane fa baabi eni ade nyina nyakopon akro mo abisi sabre ba mi busa se adentina maame no onyi tuntum no anawe so oba Ghana na fire pokumu ne Akosua Brempomaa mu eya amamre se de tupak ko ya amamre ma odo Broni ansa na watinya pani tuntum no egu wonom ananse kira Akosua Brempomaa mu ba eye Germany wonom be pani tuntum ni firi ne ho yentimi enkire enti ebusa se mama Akosua se wa woguso a ye kuna no anaso ono ni kuna no a ende te se dodo Broni die a ende but still na yegusu atwen ni ahwe ni new videos the new pictures e ba bonten eno e na be me ehuse ni new videos ni new pictures ba bonten na sa still oda hwehwe tuntum dia na ebia wo twen se busua no ebe ya amamre bi dia ma no ansana ebia wayi ni tuntum e de fra na se bia wo twen se efisia nana abusua ma Akosua Brempomaa mo ma chana mo sa afa hofo no ehye omu date se date we ene edi be ye Charles Kojofosu efisia na celebration na ebia that day no omu hye sa date obeba Ghana no ma ya amamre ayi tuntum na firo no e de ama ne dia eno no yentimi nyedai yentimi enkire na chese se amno kasa de Akosua Brempomaa Akosua se wa enya de se ono de kuna no wa film because still wadaso a ehye tuntum no wadaso ehye tuntum no de na chese nipa no woni no montam enya nyedai enteye mirafo na chese we any information kakra ene na social media no so wa pictures ne so na etwaguo na wutimi se ma me nyo bi na ebeka okwa asori wonyina ni tuntu je nse nyankoba ya no bi akwasi ade di adim odobroni be kwa asori akwakọ de nyame ase se afimuni nyankopon aboa na oja ono so ayi ni tuntum ede afiri ne ho mirafo na chese sei na esitie ye borem ewo media ne so ne tie nsem ahodo a ekoso ewo honom efa sansem we nyina ye ba ye che ya adwen comment section honom.
All those arguments that Joseph is making, they are senseless. He attacks the lawyer of the church. He attacks him and tries to pretend he is general legal counsel. Joseph, see, will be the new general legal counsel. Is you. Is you, Joseph, is you. Look at your character. Look at you. I'm at the part with my phone, to come and say, you know, I pity the husband of Joseph. Me Ajwasafu kuno eminu kameka tonse no ono meni ne twam tinton time because this woman oyentimi kwa untimi ware ne mane yeye. I'm not surprised say Ajwasafu aware ni gugu no. I'm not surprised. Now I can predict on authority say Ajwasafu ne 10th marriages and the 8th marriages and the number of marriage, you know. And also because this woman, she's not any woman that you even go to her house and go and marry her.
Yeah, but
Question, man, so since so call a character assassination. Patrol Akofuna Warida or how many times?
Akofuna has been married I think twice or so. I stand to be corrected.
Okay, Nawari and Nina that's what man.
Akofuna has a new wife. I don't know. I'm not sure.
I'm asking you.
No. 1 year wedding. 1 year wedding into meaning traditional marriage. Maybe no wife for meaning.
Question I'm no, I think you are not getting.
Akofuna married traditional marriage. Yes, Akofuna married traditional marriage. And so for me, all I know is Akofuna is one of the wives. So, Miss Wawari twice.
You are still not answering the question.
Wawari twice.
That's all.
Wawari twice. Yeah, Wawari twice. Yes. Omunyo also, I know say I know say Bakwegu. The others I don't know, but I know he's staying with a new woman now.
What it? The wife no she's very popular.
Juliet Ibrahim.
Oh yes. What is Oh, Elisha, I may say how, Mr. Wa, you need to mean yes, sir. Oh, Obey Hamason, and the Paris I miss know about.
Story Casa let me see. Sorry.
What me too home? So Casa there. Sorry, what me too home on the network na.
Sorry, what me too home?
If my Elisha and Casa,
sorry, my muting into the Casa. Only saying Kofubu has an on the but my muting no the Casa. Elisha, sorry, you know, Casa will be able to the man and the person. Go ahead.
Yeah. Me patrol now work our real ones and now they are real neighbor address of to say address of our any uni bintia and me John Hokoy. And I'm what he did Juliet Ibrahim Kafa Kofana.
I've not heard it.
Okay.
I know say there are no more, but I've not heard much. And again,
Okay. So okay. Hold on. So are you being fair? So they our real dear Joby. Are you being fair?
I'm not. I'm saying say her character. The character now will display. Listen. Listen to my argument.
Like that's
My
what you
argument
said.
is that her character, the character she has displayed over the period of time. I am not surprised that all her marriages have collapsed, and I'm not surprised that the last one she is with, I can predict on authority that one will collapse.
And the same thing goes for Ninia Beman because
I can't say that you can make that argument. Me, I'm not making that argument.
Okay, in America Trust, I'm telling you because the same thing.
No.
When it comes to characters.
My argument was that because of her character is that Adwoasafo yet a dream so beyadia on Sesana adwin.
It's the same character
on patcho. Listen.
Because you
Adwoasafo yet idea on patcho. Ni nwana yade o patcho. Ni nwana oye ofom ye no. Wakopa ni nwana cho. Adwoasafo ye na dream so beyadia enwa no beye. Oye ne den no beye. Adwoasafo ye obi a se o kase no matter who insulting. He say obi a o papa de edi na chija no. O friend say sa boy no. These are things I'm telling you that this kind of person who can even marry her. Obia o papa do chija and say sa boy, are you serious? Sorry, these are the things I'm talking about. So he said, Philly say I just have so issues in you can bring it up, but I've not seen that in Akofena. I've not seen that.
America will say you are not being fair because the same thing now will cover leadership skills. And I mean, my argument have always been the same. They are the same. They have the same character. They have the same issues. They do the worst things in life. As we are talking now, you know what I say. When you go to Accra, the guy is being accused of drugs. Papa now when it comes to character and all that, he's being accused of drugs. I don't know because maybe fair enough. So our character corona kana papa na wo be di na ade no oda ho no papa na da ho no na wo sa be ma na wo se ma wuni ade no wo se wo ho hene sa time ade no wan fa ko hwefu no sa time no na papa hye adaka mu a wonim so wo Adwoasafo ho ba na wo sifi e se wo ho hene ade no wan kokko sa body no ho at that time wonim se no ne hu hia at that time na. So what are we saying? Oh papa hye papa hye. No, I'm trying to correct you on certain things that you are saying.
Then you wait for when it's submitted because what you're saying, I also have a lot of things to say about that because enya Akofena de kosi ne ho hene. Akofena nkasa amfa konwa nko anso ne ho in. It is a church leadership who swore him in. And the fact say wona ubetina obi nchama na wu. The fact say me na mekwa kwotena se me ko madam fo bi me ko chia madam fo papa hospital na owo me nsema just say me na somebody na media.
I'm the last question. Okay. So right now, no, what do you want Adwoasafo to do? When it comes to Saka 3 days now.
Right now, Adwoasafo must understand say she
Hey, fire on the mountain.
Sorry,
okay, bro. Okay, Brem. Brem.
If I may say, Adwoasafo must respect her father's wishes. She must now understand say the funeral no you on cancel the date. Na a car also abono. On fa can into her. Say Akofena ye yini we the first person on betting a car man Adwoasafo. Case closed. Now on baby na Akofena near Bushan ye. The first way about penning say automatically when so ye. That is not fair. Adepa, me das.
Mr. Beba, what I don't understand in say Adwoa timi ka say ni nua ni timi tua sika ma no no de efunu ne bema ni nua de then literally ne papa ni interest no eno hia no because that means say unua no beje aye na say no so be de you don't mind therefore unua no say otua sika na ma de abetimi de aye na ma unua no na wahwe ama say bese ya na say that means we interest in wo fame ni what do you call popularity na wo be nya wa yi no
enwa na waka no. What's the commercialization of a man who was selfless?
Because indeed, if you want the interest of your father, obey instance say minua media yenima okra obe say no ntimi mfa man. But what make us utua mekana me de be ma dia? Then what are you telling us? Nessa o papa interest ne de what to agu ba bia hwe wankasa sabi wo interest. It is said there now obi ka say Adwoa na ye popular no bitimi invite you obi no. Adwoa became popular because of ne papa. So Akofena can also become popular because of ne papa. Akofena can invite whoever based on his name and ne papa din because so ko bia ho me papa na ewu. And people who attend this funeral based on papa no, not nema. Me that's it.
Grandpa. I may back I been probably a few questions. Or I mean, yeah, one of my submission. Mr. B, do you think say Akofana whatever has happened at one chain, the first say fine or in the world it stated say or no Akofana and now one share 1 year you to be, but per your perspective any the winning Akofana, do you think Akofana have the capability of holding this funeral
Adepa, I won't say
as deserved by this man?
Adepa, I won't say Akofena ebetimi aye. Adepa, you to me be it comes upon a person and on a man when a responsibility has been entrusted in the person's care. Adepa, okay, Bible man, a time came that the Israelites were being tormented. A force came into Jonathan, and the Bible said that Jonathan killed the Philistines. He killed them, or he alone and his servants. At the part, there are spirits that enters men that gives them the power to do many things. At the part, responsibility, don't underestimate a man, especially a man like Akofena. At the part, he can do this with ease. If Akofena cannot do it for his father's funeral, how can he lead? How can he lead?
You've seen in Akofana that makes you say you think say obitimi aye a chain adwa.
Adepa, I won't say the first thing they say, Papa Apostle Safo. Apostle Safo was a spirit. He was a spirit man. And the mere fact say, my first reading say, the mere fact said that this spirit man wrote the name of his son to lead the church means that he can do it. And he say Jesus. He was chosen by God to come. When he came, people doubted him. But at the part, millions of years after, we are still celebrating Jesus. At the time when he came, people doubted, oh, this cannot be the Son of God. But he did it. At the part, the second thing, so at the part, where Akofena, he has the experience. Even when the father was alive, he at some point led the church as the leader of the church. And so at the part, I believe, say, with that experience he's had, that's a 4 years experience, a 3 years leading the church, At the part, Akofena has gathered enough experience to be able to do his father's funeral with ease. At the part, let's also see, say, Apostle Safo na atro ni din wa way almost say Akofena eneye onhwe Yesu. At the part, all the forces and the powers that be will recognize him and support Akofena to do the funeral, a befitting funeral. So these are the 3 reasons I believe at the part, Akofena will be able to do his father's funeral with ease.
Yen share ebra eni nuaba adwa ko eye ne nchen ofie na kwan bi so wantwu ba ya etu ba mu. Do you think say Akofena na ko betimi a prevent a make or bring a better solution than say this year?
Well, of course. I mean, I don't think that situation is an unfortunate situation. It's an unfortunate situation. Nanka, we could have found a better solution. But the promising and more than many in Kwasam, yes, we a way of Broni can as a hindsight. Yeah, Sheno, Nanka, do a better solution. But and yes, we are
Bimpa, don't you also think say, sa a hoka cry bino, a trap quality beer, and I say, be papa bianca, and a GD beer. And when you pay bit me so much gin, they say, I did the so and so with me. Aye, it was a test of a strong tester, and Caron wasn't good to be passed. Don't you think so?
Debbie, at the part, say Akofena two investigation, but say or two and I say, or they are there born in Yana. That's a different matter. If you look at the investigation so far, the man was not even close to the scene. He on or two, there's no investigation or two. So of course, Akofena could have controlled the people better, but you cannot hold Akofena responsible for the actions of somebody else. It's a military commander. You can control your army, you can control your soldiers, your battalions, and you can control them. But one of them may likely stray aside. You take the responsibility, but it doesn't mean say in particular now, yeah. So of course the things could have been better, but I will not blame Akofena fully because and you're not two, and you're not there, the boy just and you're not so that it's not about his character.
Say Bempa yet came na se me a me driver no car no yesi sa car we akwakobo kro no na ya check car no na ye check ye no enipa be 4 na check anim driver ka ho 5 driver no 1 to 2 ni bi 4 na 2 no omonkwa de be che omana.
Oh, Adepa, there be yebeche mamote na account. Of course, I'm not saying say Akofena when it comes to the law side of things, the law should take its course. It should be investigated. But what I'm saying is say I cannot use that single incident to say Akofena is not he has character issues. When it comes to character issues, Ajosafo has more character issues. Now she has millions of character issues than Akofena. So who rank it on the character? Ajosafo comes nowhere close to Akofena. That's what I'm talking about.
Now, yembra a ntoto ya adwase watoto ewi. The same thing ena menu mi nim say it happened that ye legend back up na yi prior to they are not oboba be ye na asem no quarter ni nyina ihu de siye. Now yenhwe adwa die ni Akofena di nyame ya adoma ka 3 days 4 days na time ya so obi baby say enka all this wa Akofena na nka wontimi can say apply for injunction na say the no person ye no wontimi nye awatwan a ba do sabi the day at which is few days to the funeral person o block it sa ene ho nsem nyina
Adepa, I won't say a year into 2 years no. The changes in the dates no. And then start you. Akofena sheni date. Akofena and the other family members na sheni date. And I just have a mana kano. And some family members which are show date. So this has been there for I think Akofena mo in August. And I just have for in July. Into this date has been there for some time. The only thing I think happened is because of the will. I think Akofena, I may be wrong. I think say he decided to give peace a chance. So okay, me unko kan we no. Nipa obeye papa de na yi ahye ne nsa no. His date will stand. And again, he also took the opportunity to say, my sister, let's reconcile our differences and do this. E adwo safo na ampany. E adwo safo na issue technicalities. Episode yeah, the draw Eddie executed the funeral. But again, my account has said, I am disappointed in the family head. And nothing I'm a paying to pack, but sometimes it is not just the child, it is the family head standing up as a family head. Utie adwasa for audio na. She disrespect the family head by saying say omo no on form who because 40 days no all ye no mo ka so mo mba edu ho no na omo tutu ntuma betena ho adwasa for kan audio no. This is the sign of a weak. Yes, this is a sign of a weak family head. I was say a honor and also started doing injunction to 40 days no cry so. Because now you have emboldened Ajosafo. Unse no jina radio so ka say family head in your retin no cry because sa obetutu ntuma betena because 40 days o ka so omba e no buy. Meanwhile e be na family head no o pass ndwe adepa wo hu sa asem ebi wo de mate adepa
one kasa who ne say a dear pa this stage aye a few days na a na edu edanedu adwa se wonte ase Akofena se wonte ase. What do you think is the best solution?
Adepa, the solution is that Akofena and his legal team must expedite the probate process. Probate process no. And then Ochna Anase and they are Akofena in the team. I'm even surprised they've not done that. They must expedite it. If they have 1 million Ghana cedi on them, they must expedite it and complete that probate, all that process of getting the probate, whatever processes there is. Also, if they have any last drop of gold on them or Bitcoin, whatever they have, they should get that probate ready. When they get that probate ready, now they should use that probate to file an injunction on the thing. There's ex party, injunction, she filed injunction, and now I expect Akofena to be a man and make sure say there's no organization on that field, there is no activities happening on that field, nothing should be allowed to happen on that place now. Almost on by apostle on the morning of that day, Akofena and his team must understand say they sometimes being a leader calls for certain actions, you must be a leader and make sure that you prevent that thing from happening. In fact, again, probate no munya where their father was put, they must file an injunction. They must find it. I'm disappointed that Kofena has still not found where his father was in the mortuary. How can you do that? Akufina must have now found the place the father is and make sure that he files an injunction there, preventing the father from the body from even being released. Adepa, these are the things I think Akufina should do. He must not sit down, because when he sits down idle, Ajosafo is undermining the church and its authority.
Bempa, don't you think that alone should tell you, say, Akofina is not capable of holding this family? Since body kwa untimi free advance. Don't you think so?
Adepa, unse obi oha or pasumje. Mimi say one me yade, I'm not radical. I can be very, very radical, but I always put peace at the forefront. Maybe be a peace for forefront. Akofina has that tendency, or put peace ahead. Oh here, or in a swearing in injunction too. So he could have asked the people to fight or anything or destroy things. He just asked them to change the location. It is not here. Ajosafo is the opposite, or you're more radical before law. This is the time Akofina must understand, say, this is the time to put the peace aside and bring out the radical in them. Even Peter, Ebechi used to train second. So Akofina must bring out the radicalism in him. Just like Jesus. On Chiamba, on Gomu. On Gomu.
I question what the pastor.
But I mean, I'm submission. I'm a phone.
This question about storage. No, but why, Mr. Bempa? Nichao. Mr. O. I'm say yes. Akofina no. Sebio or any capacity and capability to bet me. I ni papa ye mana efe. Mr. O, with your little knowledge, you see, I send the rehearsal training. Do you need a specialized training or qualities before you can organize a funeral?
Yeah, there be crash. I said no quite there be, and then maybe I said obi cry obi wo wa brochi ko timi ne omutimi organize ne papa na ma me yema no ba ya no betena dwam. So you don't need any specialized skill. Of course, I understand say apostle you know enye regular funeral or see enye no friends dot ye because enye no dot ye it say otumfo maame ewu no ye one day sorry and na me dem boni aka asem fa che me na say ya sante hima ewu no ye sie no ye ne bibia ansa na yakoye ye nye momenti no the technicalities in there. Akofina has all this, and these are things that the father has said. You don't need a rocket science to do this. Kwesi, you don't need rocket science to do these things. And you know, Akofina can do it and do it with ease. Menya, me da say.
Yo, Miss Medasi.
Adepa, but I question, Mr. Bempa. But Adepa, my clarification be, Pacho question delay interview Juliet Ibrahim. Obeka on the Akofina wale 7 no or say according to an say now come wale. Ma wa ba kwa so betu yakra ni din. Na komo ye awale dia fra kwa ni din to.
Who be question now your submission, Pastor?
Clarification I may about Akofina ni Juliet Ibrahim wale no.
I don't know one in Drew, so now what kind of story?
I mean,
Can be clarification, me and question. As a hanging, so
your clarification.
I'm phone need them why. Today I mean, come here.
Mr. Bempa question.
Question. Be do more be say very visa question.
Mr. Bempa
My
question.
phone need them cry. I mean, see from because
Elisha manen my story in case we begin so check. What the manen kasa? My story kasa. O ne phone o kasa ne phone e o head dum. Where we only baby o hit me a charge. Okay, Elisha.
Storage, so yeah, top power bank, storage.
Mr. Bempa say papa no, real no. Na ko betima se sano. Ko ya bibia nsi kwan. Na Nyankopon no, Nyankopon kasa wate. But as Nyankopon na de be shame na se ho na me doubt kakra because Nyankopon ho no na Isaac no ho no na ne madi Jacob and Esau ofre Esau so nkoye aduane mere no. Eso so do maame change Esau no e ma de Isaac ayin Jacob na e ma ne be ye Satan Nyankopon ho no ko betimi aka che Isaac said dabi akwa no banyo nya de osuma no na nti ase ho Nyankopon na de be shame ase ho me doubt kakra te ka betima clarify kakra.
Oh, Menya, so we dey quite what come as mama me. So onyame pese o ya ade a. Onyame pese o ya. God has many ways of doing it. God could have spoken to apostles. Apostle, me pese oba Akofina beye. Apostle could have send apostle I amend the constitution. Many about SS Mutuka Kawami. Send apostle amend the constitution. Onyame could have spoken to him, say apostle, Saudina you back of an official now. Oh baby, apostle was a man of the spirit. And you know, so Onyame and speak his answer no. Na so Onyame ma akofena a share will name as a funeral organizer. Meaning, then it is the will of God and the will of the heavens for Akofena to remain the position he is. God didn't ask them to change it, and nobody should change it. At the power, me basis here, me go to meet you, will be more trust.
At the Pavania interview na make clarification min kana.
Let's say it you.
Me say wo pohwe delay interview na I delay beside Brempomaa so mo wale ya na no say de man wale. Na mo wo ye no. Na ka opportunity na akwani di na ko da fa ho wale no. Na ko fa ma me sole say on prema on wale Brempomaa. Wo mu sa ma sa de ya ma me na nya asim pepe bia. Ti ma me no ko fa ma me ampene. O ma wale. Yes one ne wo baba ko be ma. E ba panyine no. Nti awale de ko fa na de minima ne ba ko pe a wale ye. Brempomaa kra ka me bem ku share so ku share America. Sata na ko fa na ko school pilot no. No ku share night club. And as of the 2 hours about Ghana. The one has a home the baby in Tiawale any day. Some wale for some to talk wedding gown, you know, to talk bring BBR. I kept few days on my walling. I got from my miss one penny, and my name was read by him. And my walende for buy, I'm a suit. And I address up from the minister said, Wawali Jai, when they can Japan a woman you know, a babak mama back. Afternoon or Wali and Sinya. When you know the family can call was and so crown, I'm a fast Amacana, I'm our crown. And what if I hoka a cow was in about penny yali, and before friend. Wama, and as on no come at on you more buy him. To just a so. I said the minimum said back up and worry, meaning so, what they can't wally after on the can Japan way and the meaning, but back up and minimum so wally when you are when you crown. And one to bit of hidden interview. Delay interview you read by him when yes conversation no one the better mechanic
Na kyerɛ Elisha nanse ya na MPP for hwehwɛ na mana beto aba no na ya wo no kɔwo
yeah no one
na no ma no
no one makoko America no
some of TikTok awo you or san or dia sa TikTok live
asa tanu wa akara na asa wa nyana ngi na no ade for se ne papa nyini sa yare ukonya accident and the fa ho aso wa hwa akara no ya aso wa hwa akara no de sa nyina TikTok
Elisha dia me can say on the fact that you can organize your father's funeral and fa wa ware ho hwe say wa ware break it down and say wa ware ye
besa sana no mokaka no ha no
but see akran say your vendors bibria event vendors are all high omo to do everything. So if Akofena wanted Akofena ne coronation no, how long did it take him to organize this? It was a few hours. As what me and that alone no chira will say when you be I will say Aduasafu shouldn't stand anywhere say Akofena enye capable to organize ne papa who can't do it's all about paying vendors to do what you like. That's it, you know. And no our resem no crowd mummy and fan tonchen because
Akofena interview be papa who from so I don't know. Or some why a pottery farmer so one with January the farm no. NTV no why no. Me ni ma se no person already kill papa no. Also to me dey aduane ade ache so nyina no the papa whisker. Me ni so say interview na papa who fresh na. Na say bu ni din ibisa no yes interview.
Akofena na nka so no so questionable character.
Questionable character.
So to me tenase ne yesi bibi
chira the farm no.
And penny dey Elisha so be di penny a ubedi penny a normal bibra you have to deprive yourself because leadership no a whole responsibility and ade na Akofena no papa de ama wo se be ye
me sure say no nti na asa adwa no who believe say on ntini nye saa adwuma no anti a waje ade legine mu no so me say adwa no me saa na ase ma uti adwa na saa no pese wo chim
oni faith woni nuanim
ela sa o believe say be ye ne ya say obetena ho pa na ne papa bra wa bre na
any won coach ne say your guidance and you say enye sister yesi on asem we meti wo baby yesi o mampani bi ba Ghana on na onu ne di mampani nso na ne yere ne hyase eye bibia ma no what you say which is possible Etika, you could also coach the brother.
No, I say we are seeing the kakra. So
Oni jidie wo bibie mu de ma.
na atwa na nkasa no nkasa odidi ono nkasa ne mudi omo menu na jidie ni obia mu nti
And
ono
the
nja
parade
de
me
na
busa
okaka
and penny for me busa some kakra. Omo nyina e maame ba ko ana different mothers.
different mothers.
Okay.
We na say no ani je kakra wani mu. Nti am so
Different
adware who
mothers
say.
na adwa ne nuanom yɛ sɛ I side no.
Ani dia say head an ye kresa.
Papa no na worry some there. I don't know why omuntimi famba out because as at now cry nim de wo ye kuna e na de wo no worry oni yire but anano akofna ma me so abe interview what I say ana akofna ma me no all can ne ba no how blessed ne ba no ye because ne ba no ka say wan ria o
de the bunch
And
of
so
guys
obi ade to 2 years.
yes ya akofna kra wan ria omuhu ya ne say 7 months wa sorry a yi honhon konkra be hye ne mu se wonante what I say etu
And so the most 2 years. So
if I try make me submission. But if I'm back, make me submission.
San kasa.
All right. Okay. So with this whole buhua hani I think say papa ne ma any adopted children they should all see it say enye omunti no mo yesade no but rather eyomo papa no. And indeed some person ana papa ni ya sa na ma no mo njai. Because now no I feel on papa side akwa individual. Adra want to prove a point. Ne brother want to prove a point. And now the family also want to prove a point. Now, the only thing I bit myself to issue when you say the family head on sorry. Now on penny pa with both side no a ferry
me too.
Nipa no kasa no wa mute no ho.
Ko ne network ni nye o.
yeah, baba. But what's your name?
Aye.
Okay, yeah, okay, I'm a fan chame. So the another person saying in a situation like this, the family head needs to be the center of it. Obia both sides in the ferry, that is in pennyfold politicians in Ibi. Don't go to our home. No more free both sides, no more international. No more settle issue way. And now it should be Omo Papano. The Anna, because Apostle Kojosafo is not an ordinary man. It is only a Nema Basa. It will be very sad, and the man's spirit will never be happy. Oma who ye name Bobano. Lumba the Creswa. Because 7 in Grand Me and Obiako school into Omo the end the best serious scratching. Lumba issue. And Obi also den ho. Because I just have for backing. And of course, Mijidi say Neban Akofanaso so backing. So Abusia Penny no should be the one or best to issue when you know. On sorry. Now Uncle Pepper you to say to for like pennyphobic to say politicians nibi ko for nanado anamahama no mumremu no mum form you ntnase se papa no wo no mu kire say ne ba no so ye na yi ne ba be ma no so ye na yi na ni nua ba ne feel say ni nua ba ma ne nye capable a ade bia wo pa bia no ade no fam back ni nua ba ma no because o papa a wo anano ana wo bunu no wo yi wo nua ba ma no so we capable onye capable ade na wo back wo nua ba ma no na muntimi mma mo papa no nanim onyam na owo no enye kase because Apostle Joseph is not just an ordinary man. Enye Ghana nko na nim no enye Africa nko a. We know this man and what he has done. Omo man papa ne bere obebre nyina no enye kwa. Ema obi anye ne ho so nim nyansa. Akofana ema ne nyesem na me bema. Saa nso na ema adwasafo so nye se ye me na me be papa me na bi papa ne do me. Nemu offer sani many nan tonche non try so was say omumienu omontena no omonhwe the best way omo the best settle issue no. And a year no machine I don't know say 30 adepa I think say on the 30th.
30th, not 31st. 30th for the 5 year.
It will not help.
For the
It will
funeral.
not help. Emwa kra because ensema e Saturday issue no enutia mane mwa. So metima ye krampo na emwa. Adwasa fontiasie. No nya botere akofonantiasie. They should all remember say it's about their father. And se papa ni bibia ko smoother. The glory they will all get to be bigger than sesame up and down. Nti adwasafo nya abotre wo so aboka service na adwasafo ya we say onim se ne papa wo obi wa akire a anko bekan a ade no opetre homom ko boka
Me correct me can bibi o mpacho ono adwa na na de court so mo read well no na no ni say ne beko